In 1898, America, which was becoming an ever more important player in world affairs, entered into its first international conflict, the Spanish-American War. A series of wars and police actions then followed into the 21st century, from World War I to Afghanistan. Why did American leaders begin to believe that America had a right and a duty to police the world? As we begin to look at expansionism in the United States, moving out into the Pacific and Latin America, it's important to remember three things about war and foreign policy. War is an extension of a nation's diplomacy by other than peaceful means. 2, for whatever reasons a nation enters a war, that war itself changes the relationship of its citizens with each other and with the national government. 3, the rhetoric that justifies or opposes a war reveals a great deal about the way a nation's citizens think about themselves. The map that you are currently looking at is the United States' decision to move forward in the ideas of imperialism. We had moved from expansionism through industrialization, Western settlement, and growth of federal government into annexing Hawaii, annexing the Philippines, creating democracy for both the Philippines and Japan, while at the same time providing economic gains and increasing markets in Hawaii, Guam, and the Philippines. There are continuous underlying reasons why the United States will continue its foreign policy all the way through the 21st century. Your task is to label the following map accordingly as you see it. The United States then set its eyes on Latin America. In the late 1800s, the United States wanted to increase its influence in Latin America, including both Central and South America, by increasing the sale of American products. They created the idea of Pan-Americanism. They created a customs union. American nations worked out disputes between different nations and offered money to help support their governments in return for economic abilities. Latin American countries rejected the idea and wanted to be able to control their own economy and their own government. There was an expectation that the United States would provide money but allow these countries to do their own thing. In 1910, due to American business investments in Mexico, a revolution broke out. Americans got increasingly involved. America chose sides in a nasty civil war and reneged on a promise to national hero Pancho Villa. Villa would launch raids across the Arizona border, killing American citizens. American troops would be dispatched in Mexico to pursue Pancho Villa unsuccessfully until 1914. Panama, proving to be the bridge between Central and South America, was set to become a canal under the leadership of Teddy Roosevelt. Roosevelt invoked Americans to get involved when Colombia refused to allow the U.S. to build a canal. He secured Panamanian independence and made an agreement to build a canal for $10 million while controlling the canal for over 100 years. This canal was recently turned over to the people of Panama. Due to the need for markets for American products, during the Taft administration, dollar diplomacy reigned as American businesses invested heavily in Honduras, Nicaragua, and other countries. These investments help improve the quality of life in these countries while greatly enhancing American interests. The Roosevelt Corollary and the Big Stick Policy expanded influence of the Monroe Doctrine. The Corollary gave the U.S. the ability to intervene in Latin American affairs when problems arose or it severed American interests. Teddy Roosevelt also reserved the right to use force if problems could not be resolved with Big Stick policy, which was implemented on several occasions, most notably in securing the construction of the Panama Canal. It was also used as a threat towards European countries to not try to come in and exert imperialist rule. Analyze the following cartoon with the understanding of imperialism and what happened with Puerto Rico, the Philippines, Cuba, and Hawaii. Analyze this cartoon in dealing with the United States and imperialism. Be sure to explain the difference between this cartoon and the previous one. Look at the details and provide evidence to suggest how Uncle Sam is managing Puerto Rico, Cuba, and the Philippines.